Greetings, esteemed friends. Today we will explore the remarkable attributes of the world's smallest yet greatest and sixth largest nation, a country once referred to as the prison of black water, which has now emerged as one of the most developed nations globally. Indeed, our focus today is on Australia. We will delve into the lifestyle of its inhabitants, the unique features that set Australia apart from other countries, and the feasibility and costs associated with pursuing education there. Additionally, we will examine the reasons behind Australia's 95% population density and the allure that draws individuals to this nation, as well as the breathtaking locations it offers. All of this will be covered in today's presentation. Let us embark on an enlightening journey through Australia. Officially known as the Commonwealth of Australia, this country boasts a population nearing 26 million, ranking 54th worldwide in terms of population size. Australia is widely regarded as an exceptional nation and holds the title of the largest island on the planet. The island's distinctive geography is noteworthy, with only 100 million people inhabiting its expanse. Most of the population resides along the coastline, while the interior remains largely uninhabited. We will discuss the reasons for this phenomenon in the video. Covering an area of 740,000 square kilometers, Australia ranks as the sixth largest country in the world by land area, yet it has a relatively sparse population. Renowned for its stunning landscapes, Australia is also recognized as one of the oldest countries in existence. Country in the world where the signs of population are 65,000 years old. Australia has 6 states and many islands. 86% of the population of Australia lives in cities, while only 14% of the people live in villages. The people of Australia are famous for their open heart and friendly attitude. The people here behave well with the tourists. The blue, clear sky, blue water of the sea and white sand make it beautiful. Friends, after their country, the people of Greece will be seen the most in Australia. You can go to any city of Australia, you will not find any dirt anywhere in terms of area. The population is 3 people per kilometre. The capital of Australia is neither Melbourne nor Sydney, but Canberra. But Melbourne and Sydney are the most famous in the world. Why was Canberra made the capital city when the biggest cities were Melbourne and Sydney? Melbourne and Sydney started fighting among themselves that which one should be made the capital. So neither of them was made the capital, and Canberra City won the battle. Melbourne City is also very clean and tidy. This city is very modern, and you will see tall buildings everywhere. This city is also called the sporting capital of the country. Friends, do you know that trams are completely free in Melbourne City? The second largest cricket stadium in the world is also present in this city, which is called Melbourne Cricket Ground. The people here love sports a lot. The richest people in the world also live in Melbourne, where the lifestyle of the people is very high because it is a very developed city. Melbourne is also the financial capital of the country. That is why it is said that the people living in Melbourne live the best life in the world. Melbourne's Chinatown is considered to be the oldest town in the world. When the gold medal was issued in Australia, if we look into it, then people from China came to Australia in 18511 for gold. That is why you will see a lot of Chinese people in this city. There are more than 300 tall buildings in this city, which make this city look magnificent. Most people use trams to travel in this city. There are about 1,700 stations. You can easily go anywhere. You will also get to see the most famous nightlife in the whole of Australia in this city. Nightclubs and bars remain open all night. Friends, Australia is also one of the safest cities in the world, and this is why tourists come in large numbers. You will find the most tourists in Melbourne and Sydney. This is why these two cities are the most vibrant. Shopping malls and brand shops can be seen everywhere. There are also a lot of casinos in Melbourne, of which Crown Casino is the most famous. Australia's GDP is $7 trillion, which is the 12th largest in the world. After hearing the annual income of the people here, you will definitely think of going there. Yes, the annual income of the people here is $65,000, which is equal to Pakistani 1 crore 82 lakhs, meaning people living in Australia earn crores. This is why the people of Australia are among the 5 richest people in the world. The currency used in Australia is the Australian dollar, which is the 12th largest in the world, 80, and Indian is equal to 55. Australia's economy is the strongest and most developed country in the world. Australia's economy is based on natural resources, agriculture and tourism. Australia trades the most with China, Japan, America and the European Union. Friends, do you know that a fish is found in Australia which comes out of water and climbs the tendrils of trees? This fish is called Climis. The world's most poisonous snake is also found in Australia, whose name is inland taipan. If a snake bites, a person dies within a few seconds. Friends, where are the most camels found in the world? You must be thinking that in Arab countries, but it is not so. Most camels are present in Australia, while this animal is not from Australia, but was brought here in the 19th century, but today their number is more than 10 lakh. Saudi and many Arab countries import camel meat from Australia. You will also find the most sheep in the world in Australia. Friends, Melbourne. You will see a lot of Indians in the city. According to a report, there are about 8 lakh Indians and about 1 lakh Pakistanis in Australia. Most of the Pakistanis and Indians are settled in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth and Adelaide. Some people have come from working families, and many students come to Australia from education families. The educational system of Australia is considered very good in the world. The literacy rate of the people here is 99%. The people living here definitely acquire some skill or the other. There are thousands of educational centres. These centres are called registered training organisations, which conduct many small courses. Even courses for hairdresser and plumber are conducted. If you are highly educated and skilled, then the doors of Australia are open for you. Farmers are always needed in this country because farming is done on a large scale in this country. The Australian cows and sheep of this country are #1 in the world. This is the reason why most of the sacrificial animals are ordered from Australia during Hajj in Saudi Arabia. Now let us tell you, we tell you those things about Australia which are told to you, but in reality it does not happen like this. Everyone thinks that if we go to Australia, we will get a job as soon as we go there. This is not true at all. A recent report indicates that for individuals possessing the necessary skills, the average duration to secure employment is approximately 6 months. Upon arrival in Australia, newcomers may find it challenging and costly to obtain housing, as properties are often preferentially allocated to long-term residents. Consequently, it can be particularly difficult for those new to the country to find suitable accommodation. It is advisable for newcomers to consider housing options located outside urban areas, where rental prices are generally more affordable. Rent for properties in suburban regions ranges from $200 to $500 Australian dollars, in contrast to city rentals, which can vary from $1,000 to $12,000. Many individuals believe they can finance their studies in Australia through part-time work. However, this often proves to be a challenging endeavour, as excessive work commitments can hinder academic performance. Additionally, while some may suggest that marrying an Australian citizen is a straightforward path to obtaining residency, the reality is that such marriages are often viewed with skepticism, and the likelihood of success in this regard is relatively low, estimated at around 10%. The intention of sharing this information is not to dissuade anyone from pursuing opportunities in Australia, but rather to provide a realistic perspective before making the journey. Tourism plays a vital role in the success of this nation, and, We invite you to explore the remarkable beauty it has to offer. Every year, this country attracts between 6 to 6 million tourists. The combination of its natural beauty and contemporary lifestyle draws a significant number of visitors. To begin with, let us explore Brisbane. As the capital of Queensland, Brisbane is located on Australia's eastern coast. The climate here is predominantly warm, and the city tends to have a relatively low population density. The renowned institution in this city is the University of Queensland, where annual tuition fees range from $33,000 to $47,000 Australian dollars. Cleanliness is a notable feature throughout the city, and Brisbane also boasts several beaches. In fact, nearly every major city in Australia has its own beach. Sydney, one of Australia's largest and most populous cities, is home to a substantial number of Pakistani and Indian residents. The iconic Sydney Opera House, celebrated for its distinctive architecture, is a major attraction situated adjacent to the Harbour Bridge, which is frequented by numerous tourists. Images of these landmarks are widely available online. The Opera House is positioned by the sea, allowing visitors to enjoy meals while taking in the ocean view. This area bears a resemblance to the Persian Gulf in Istanbul, Turkey. Sydney is also known for its vibrant nightlife, with nightclubs and bars operating throughout the night. The city's landscape is characterized by its uneven terrain, and mosques can also be found within its boundaries. A delightful way to experience Sydney's beauty is by taking a nighttime tram ride that offers scenic views of the city. The whole city. The most famous university of this city is the University of Sydney. It is among the best universities in the world. The fee to study in this university is $42,000 Australian dollars to $48,000 Australian dollars annually, and the living expenses of the student here are $1,200 Australian dollars to $1,500 Australian dollars. Whenever you come to the country, you must have the skill, otherwise don't come. You must have a chef's course or any technical diploma. The average salary of people working in Australia is $98,000 Australian dollars per year. If you are in IT, a doctor or an engineer, then the minimum salary starts from $15,000 Australian dollars. You will find some links in the description of where you can apply for a job. Australia's passport is the 5th strongest passport in the world, with which you can go without a visa in 190 days. Who can go to Australia? Friends, the good thing is that every person can apply for Australia's visa, even if he is from the labour category. Even electricians and plumbers can apply, but the issue is that Australia can reject anyone's visa, and that can be for any reason. There are 3 biggest categories for Pakistan in which Pakistanis can apply for visa. General skill migration. Its advantage is that you can also get Australia's residency while sitting in Pakistan. Employer is at number 2, sponsored visa, and the third one is study visa. In general skill migration, engineers, doctors, nurses can apply for Australia from Pakistan. Apart from this, plumbers, electricians who have 5 to 6 years of experience in any company, besides being registered with FBR and salary coming in the bank. There are many scholarship programs in Australia too, the link of which you will find in the description. India has done a very good job in this regard. Certified courses have been started for plumbers and carpenters, so that if people go to Australia or any other country, they have a verified certificate. Because of the certificate, Indians are earning a lot of money in the world. In Pakistan, there is no course, and no certification is done so that people's skills can be improved. Friends, the world's largest coral reef is also present in Australia. To see all this, tourists go to an island named Heron Island. Here you also get a restaurant to stay where you can enjoy natural life away from the city. This is a coral reef, and water as clear as glass. These coral reefs are 20 lakh years old. Friends, what are these coral reefs? These are not only plants, but they are animals that also move. They are also called polyps. Friends, do you know how islands are formed? These islands are formed because of a bird. First of all, sand comes to the island, which comes out of the sea and slowly gets collected. After this, when the bird comes on them, it brings seeds with it in its nests, and they get fertilizer from the droppings of the bird. After this, trees and plants start growing here. Australia is also called the land of beaches. It is called so because if you visit one beach in a day, it will take 27 years to visit all the beaches. The beaches here are among the most beautiful beaches in the world. The settlements in this area are more than 65,000 years old. This area was first discovered in 1606 by a Dutchman named William Jan John. Australia was first named Holland, and after that this man went back to Europe. In 1770, James Cook came to Australia from Britain on the prison of Australia. He named this area New South Wales. Initially, people who were caught after committing crimes were sent to Australia from Britain. Britain used to release them as punishment, which was also called the Black Water Jail. These people used to work as slaves in Australia. The first colony of convicted people was settled on 28 January 1788. Today, Australia's National Day is also celebrated on 28 January. Gradually, the number of people increased throughout Australia. People spread out and brought diseases with them, due to which the native people started decreasing from this country. Today, the number of natives has reduced a lot. The reason for population here is also the gold rush. When gold was discovered here, people started coming in large numbers. Friends, there is a whole island of crabs in this country. They are so many in number that the government had to build bridges and roads for the crabs. This area is also called Christmas Island. Friends, have you ever seen a pink-colored river? A pink-colored river is also found in Australia, but till date, scientists have not been able to guess why its color is pink. A lot of visitors come to this place too. Friends, what is the reason that the population of Australia is primarily inhabited along its coastlines? Although it ranks as the 6th largest country globally, its population is comparable to that of Lahore. A staggering 95% of Australia remains desert. The majority of the land is characterized by arid desert and forest regions, with minimal rainfall occurring in the desert areas. Geographically, Australia is situated in a region with low wind speeds, resulting in limited cloud formation in the interior. Consequently, rainfall is scarce, and winds predominantly affect the coastal regions. This lack of wind contributes to the aridity of the central parts of Australia, making habitation there nearly impossible. The Pali Monkey Badshaw system is established in Australia. Interestingly, a city in Australia hosts the World Championship cockroach racing, where many engage in gambling. The owner of the winning cockroach can attain significant wealth. This city is Tasmania, which historically served as a British penal colony. Notably, Tasmania is also recognized for having some of the cleanest air in the world. May Allah Ta'ala bless you with abundance. Amen. This concludes our informative and engaging video for today. We encourage you to share your thoughts in comments and invite new viewers to subscribe and like our channel. Until the next video, Allah Hafiz.